Welcome to Rob Talks. Thank you all for your support. Here's the translation from the Mayan calendar for February 4th, 2026 for all three calendars. First up is the long count calendar, which is being represented by 13 Baktun, 0 Katun, 13 Tun, 2 Wainal, and the Tzolk'in. This long count activates trust in movement. You may not have all the details yet, but you don't need them. Today asks you to move because something feels right, not because it's fully mapped out. The Tzolk'in is about momentum beginning to follow inner knowing rather than your logic. This is a day to honor instinct, subtle signals, and quiet confidence. You're being asked to take one intuitive step forward and to say yes to what feels aligned, even if it's unexplained. Also, this is the time to release the need to justify your timing and to let momentum build organically. Before I move on to the Tzolk'in calendar, I'm also translating the entire Tzolk'in 13-day cycle in its own video. If you're interested, I'll link it at the end of this one. Today's Tzolk'in date is 5x, which is represented by the jaguar. It's about the sacred feminine power, intuition, unseen realms, and earth wisdom. The number 5 is a number of empowerment, activation, and the gathering of energy for taking action. Together, 5x awakens quiet power. This is not forceful energy, rather it's magnetic. The jaguar moves unseen, guided by instinct, and protected by the earth herself. This is a powerful day for spiritual work, boundary setting, and reclaiming personal power without explanation or display. You are being asked to trust your instincts fully and to protect your energy. This is a time to say less and to observe more. Also, this is a day to reclaim your personal power without any confrontations. Now, let's see what the Hob calendar has to say. The Hob date is 2 Tzul. Tzul is about transition, shedding old skins, emotional release, and spiritual transition. Day 2 is about when release begins to move consciously. Together, 2 Tzul deepens the letting go process. What began as awareness now becomes a choice. You are actively loosening attachments that once defined you. This is an emotional detox with dignity and releasing without drama. You're being asked to let go of lingering emotional attachments and to simplify commitments. This is a time to allow space between reactions and responses and to practice gentle emotional honesty. Now let's look at what the collective message is from all three calendars. Here's the meaning of each calendar summed up. The long count is about momentum guided by intuition, and the Tzolk'in reflects personal power awakening quietly. The Hob calendar reflects a conscious release and transition. Together, this is a day of empowered surrender, trusting instincts while shedding what no longer aligns. Collectively, this is a day where quiet forces shift direction. Behind the scenes, power is being reclaimed, boundaries are being reset, and intuitive leadership is being strengthened. This is a time when loud systems weaken and subtle wisdom rises. Remember, true power moves silently and alignment does the work. Know that you don't need to explain your instincts. You don't need permission to release what feels heavy. Just trust the quiet strength moving through you and know that it knows where you're going. Here is an affirmation reflecting today's calendars. But please first remember to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe to help us grow. Thank you. Now here's the affirmation. I trust my intuition. I move with quiet power and release what no longer serves. Thank you all for your support.